Prometheus, from Spider-Man to Watchmen. We had it all. Comic book collectors standing tall. We're the comic book kids, rocking the hip-hop scene. Flipping through the pages, living our dreams. From indie comic books to the mainstream. We're the comic book kids, it's our reign.
Batman and Robin, courageous warriors against crime, they are off once again to the rescue.
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Roger, ready to move out.
A lot to talk about today, folks. Let's get started. What's happening, everybody? Welcome. I'm Lorenzo. This is my comic book son, Circumstances, and we're here every week to do this thing we call the Wednesday Show. And I tell you, it's brought to you by the Alternative City Shop. I not only love reading indie comics, but I've self-published several indie comics of my own. You can find them on my Alternative City Shop, which has a link below this video. There, you'll find, along with my comics, t-shirts, stickers, and mystery boxes, you find pins and magnets that are called CBOs, or comic book originals, which are buttons, magnets, and pocket mirrors that I make from superhero comic books. These are one-of-a-kind items made from images cut directly from comic books, not photocopies, so each one is unique. Thank you so much to the folks watching on the replay. Before I forget, thanks for watching on the replay.
You remember.
Thanks for taking your time. I remember. If I don't do it now,
Nice.
I never remember.
Nice. Very
Sorry,
nice.
Go ahead.
First things first, who is that hot mamacita on the thumbnail? I don't cover horror by anymore, but I think I'm gonna have to cover horror by because she has it in all the places that I like it.
You know, somehow I thought that you might like this.
She can have it if she wants it.
I did
Oh
it
my
just for you.
goodness. Lord have mercy, dog. That's
That's all,
can't wait
that's all
till
for you, son.
I can't wait till I can't wait till they do virtual reality like the holodecks on Star. I think we talked about this before, but when I was a kid, I was a young kid watching Star Trek, and those holodecks, I was a nasty little kid in my head. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I can't believe that.
I would have been a nasty boy in that holodecks. Woo! And I would create, and now that I've seen her, I would definitely be creating her. She would be on the agenda. Well, man, I've been super distracted this week. I have NCAA football obviously still going on, practicing and putting together my 30-man dynasty. And then I've been also distracted by the Sticky Goose drama. Some people refuse to say his name.
Or
They're
otherwise
very
you'll
upset about
appear
it.
like Beetlejuice or some shit.
So I've been mining. We had a great show, FOC and Chill, last night. It's my most watched live show so far now, officially. It overtakes. I had a show last month that was the most watched, and this one has become the new most watched because people love the Sticky Goose drama. And I'm curious, before I get into it, based on what you've seen on both my social media, Instagram, and from the show last night, what is your understanding of the drama?
My understanding is that Sticky Goose did something to either bully or legally just infringe on someone's rights or something like that, and it's been a big hubbub about that. That's all I got. That's all I've been able to do.
Before I answer that, I do want to get to the chat before it gets too long. We got the homie
Yes.
Phil I mean, it's P2 now. Why do we change our name, Phil?
Like T2.
Is he like the Phil number 2? If he's Phil number 2, who's Phil number 1? Because I feel like, he should be vying for Phil number 1 here, right?
He's the Philinator. The Philinator. I've come to fuck you up. Yes.
Of course, the lovely Miss Janet is here, so we're going to be okay tonight, guys. Hello.
Every day.
To the Miss Janet. We've also got James Lang in the house, another regular. Good to see you, homie.
Yes, sir.
Who else we got in here? We've also got Stapled, the homie. Check him out on Instagram.
Yes.
Check out the
radio at X-Ray FM and all that jazz.
Hell yeah. Space Case Cards is here. What up, homie?
Space Case.
My flavored whiskey brother 80s guy is here. What up, my man? I hope you got a nice apple martini, apple crown going. Just relaxing tonight. Good to see you, my man. Hooked on Juno is here. What's up, Juno? Good to see you, homie. Thanks for coming through. At Astra per Aspera, Email, as they say. I represent Kansas at all times.
Is that what they say?
That is, I mean, that's what we say around here. To the stars, to the stars with difficulty.
Oh,
or through difficulty, actually. It's Latin. We're sophisticated here in Kansas.
Ooh, look at you.
Yeah, My brother was a linebacker for Coach Snyder back in the 90s. That's what's up, man. They didn't win any national titles in the 90s, but that was definitely K-State football glory days. They were in the conversation of maybe back then. So that's dope. That's dope, and that's real dope. I wanted to play for Nebraska Cornhusker football in the 90s, late 90s, but I was not nearly good enough to play for them, so that did not happen. We got End of Zed in the house. What's up, homie? Thanks for joining us. The lovely Miss K-Pop is here. What's up, Katie? Good to see you as always.
Katie?
Mojo88, what up, my man?
Mojo!
Thank you for joining us on this lovely new comic book day. I have been enthralled with the drama today, so let me start from the beginning.
Yes,
I missed all this because I was unplugged because I was focused on my NCAA group and the chat there, getting everything organized, and so I wasn't really plugged into comic book Instagram or comic book YouTube. Okay, I will need to get through that. I'll try and we got 30 minutes here to kill, so actually more like 10 minutes or 20 minutes.
Yes, we have company tonight. We'll have a guest tonight. Yes, proceed.
Looking forward to it.
Looking forward to it. Yes.
So Sticky Goose made a video, and if you're not familiar with him, he's a comic book YouTuber, but he's really comic book adjacent. He's not really part of the community. He kind of sees himself as above the comic book community. If you watch any of his content, and a lot of his attitude is like, I collect comic books, but I'm cooler than comic book collectors. Yes. And that's a real vibe in his stuff. But he's kind of a shock jockish, kind of clickbaity kind of guy. And he's open and honest about it. Like there's a real self-awareness to what he's doing over there. But he made a video with his wife, actually, who claims to be a lawyer, which I'm not quite buying because she doesn't act like a lawyer. But he made a video with her where they went after like 40 plus comic book creators on YouTube, just slamming him. Now they went after people like Jim Mint, and they said, they liked him better when he was skinny and he has a big house. So they took it real easy on Jim Mint. So when Jim Mint comes out and makes a video saying, "Oh, I was able to take it as a roast," well, it was real easy for Jim Mint to take it as a roast because they didn't really come after him. But there's some
guys in the community. You can just shake it off.
Shrug it off. Yeah, he's punching up, but he's also punching down at a lot of people. Now, I did not get to see the video because I was unplugged doing other things. But before I was able to get wind of it, it actually got stricken down by YouTube. The video did, so you can't watch it now. So I'm only getting. We'll get to that. I'm only getting. I'm only getting hearsay on what was in the video. I mean, some people messaged me today and said, "Yeah, I was in the video." I was like, "Oh man, I didn't even know you were in it. That's crazy." So they went after 40 plus people, just making fun of him, clowning of him. I know Biggie was one of them, just saying pretty mean things about him. Some people they were less mean to than others. I know they went after Comic Tom, and there was a sort of vague homophobic vibe to the way they were making fun of Comic Tom. So it was just like nasty business, right?
Yeah.
And then it gets deleted because someone gets a copyright strike on it. And so he makes another video saying, this individual, I know who they are. I'm not going to reveal them, blah, 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 talking about them. We're not going to fight this or whatever it may be. And kind of just clowning on the person who did the copyright strike and giving the idea that this copyright strike was due to using copyrighted material. And so for the beginning of this controversy, that was most of our understanding is that the strike was for a copyright. He used images and likenesses of other people, and you can't do that. But many of us know that as long as you like add your commentary to it and it's not just strictly sharing it, you can do a lot of this stuff without any problem. Mm-hmm. And so there was a sense of, why would someone do this? Because that's not right. You can do these things. And he makes this whole video being sympathetic, kind of, praising the video that Jim Mitt made, saying, yeah, I'm just roasting these guys, just having fun. They need to have the right attitude about this. And just completely BS. But I was talking to the homies last night on FOC and Chill about it. And Mark, Legion of Comics, who was paying close attention to the video, when they zoom in on the copyright strike, you'll see that it actually says it was removed for bullying and bashing. Yeah. Which is a violation of the YouTube TOS. So it wasn't because of the copyright or them stealing material. It was because they were being bullies on YouTube, going after people in very, very mean and kind of whatever ways. And so I posted some clips of that today on my Instagram, and I ended up getting a comment from a Mother Goose Laura, and she's saying, oh, no, that's not true. It was because of the copyright and blah, blah, blah. He should have done this or that. And then Legion comes in and responds to her and says, well, actually, if you look at the own video from Sticky Goose, you can see right here, it clearly says it was for bashing and bullying. And poof, her comments disappeared on my YouTube channel. Poof. Thankfully, I got a screenshot of it and shared it to Instagram to show the people that these people aren't serious. These people are not serious. She's talking about she's a lawyer. Get the fuck out of here. What kind of lawyer is going to go on a YouTube show and denigrate and bash and defame maybe and put herself in that kind of place? For what reason? For clicks? For clicks on a fucking YouTube video? It doesn't make any sense to me that a lawyer would do any of these things. I think she's probably more like a paralegal than a lawyer.
I think she's a Trump lawyer. Oops, I said it out loud. Sorry.
We don't need to make it political. We don't need to make it political.
I couldn't help it. Okay.
But yeah, it's just like I lost a lot of respect for these people after this whole thing. First of all, them acting like it was a copyright strike and not bullying, that's bullshit. Acting like they were doing it as a roast, but they never said anything about it being a roast when they did it. They only adopted that language after Jim Mitt used the language. But the problem with Jim Mitt using that language is Jim Mitt didn't really get hit. It was the other smaller guys, the smaller channels that they really went after. So I'm a bully who doesn't like bullies, so I had a few things to say about it on Instagram today.
Oh, don't be a bully, man. Bullies are the worst.
I'm a bully who doesn't like bullies. I will bully a bully with no regret. And people say, no, stop, leave him alone. And I will not give a fuck.
As long as you're a bully, but you're a bully, but not a bully of non-bullies.
I don't like bullies, and so I bully them. It's what I do.
My pal Jack sums it up right here. Yeah, that's all I need to know right there. I mean, that's just low brow, not even low brow. It's too low for low brow. That's just like somebody who really has nothing good to say and nothing interesting to say, and just looking for clicks in any coarse way that they can. And fuck all that. Yeah, Tate,
I think.
What's up, Tate? Yeah, how you doing?
They're lucky I can't watch this video and I can't mine clips from this video, because I would probably be way more angry about it if I knew the specific things they would said, and I would probably be way more inclined to use it to just destroy them as much as I possibly could on my own channels, just as much as I could.
Yeah,
because I would be way more pissed off than I am right now, and I'm kind of pissed off.
Yeah. I mean, I get the idea now. I mean, even if they named you in the, I think Mark made a good comment too. I watched most of your show, but it was too long. I couldn't.
It was 2 hours. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. We usually don't go that long, but the conversation was going.
Yeah, Mark made a good comment that you should just, if you're going to get hurt by that, then maybe YouTube is a little harsh for you.
Yeah.
One thing I always say is don't feed the trolls. If you don't feed the trolls, they will just die.
As
this is the worst kind of troll too. I mean, it's just like
as a troll, I can confirm that I need your attention. Or what am I doing if I'm not getting your attention doing it, right? Like I troll my wife, and like if she's ignoring me, then I lost. She won, right? If it's not annoying her, then my trolling is not accomplishing what I'm trying to do. So yeah, your attention is crucial.
You're poking a hornet's nest now, my friend. With a butcher knife or something. Don't poke the wife.
Oh, she's so fun to troll. I can't help
it. I pity the poor woman. She's got to deal with you 24/7. Oh my God.
She's one of the luckiest women on earth, Lorenzo, and you can't convince me otherwise.
You're the most humble man on earth. You can't convince me otherwise either.
I've been known. People have said that I'm one of the most humble people ever. I've said that, but I'm a person.
I am humble.
So what's going on with you? Any softball updates? What's cracker lacking?
What's up, Brian? What's up?
Oh well, let's do that. He's here. We might as well talk about the CBC Awards. We're once again asking for your nomination. Please go over there and nominate Lorenzo for Best Review Channel. We got to keep him up there. We got to keep him as one of the top review channels on comic book YouTube. So please take the time. We only have like 10 days left. So now's the time to get over there and do it if you haven't done it yet. And if you'd be so inclined, Best Ongoing Series 0 to 999 subs, FOC and chill every Tuesday night. I would sure like to be a finalist this year.
This guy. Nominate this guy.
Once. I don't care if I win. I just want to be a finalist. That's it.
Go.
But yeah, as Brian said, 10 days left to nominate. Link is in the chat, guys. If you haven't done that, please get there. Yes.
All right, my wife is the same thing. Yes.
My wife is 55% a saint. But 45% the devil, Janet. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
That's what I'm dealing with.
So we got a guest coming on at the bottom of the hour, Max Ferrada, who's doing Stellarlands, a book that I reviewed a few months ago, and he's got Stellarlands 2 out on his Kickstarter right now. So we're gonna get to him 6:30ish. I think he's down under, so it's probably like tomorrow. And it's like early in the morning or something where he's at. Exactly.
Yeah, it is.
Women glowing.
I think it's late at night, actually. It's like in the middle of the night.
K-pop knows it. Man, K-pop is such a knowledgeable chat, man.
K-pop has many homies in the Australia.
Yeah. Yes. So before that, I want to get to. I did see I know it's going to shock you, but I saw the Wolverine Deadpool movie.
What? You went to the theater?
I know, that's crazy, huh? That is just
wow. That is insane. I'm shocked. Well, I don't know if it's been a little bit, but it might be a little too early to spoil.
Oh, I'm not going to spoil anything. And I know a lot of people like me are not going to go out to see it, so I'm not going to spoil anything. All I can say is it's good, it's violent, and there are surprises.
The fight scenes are awesome.
Oh, dude. God Almighty! If you can't get what I can't even say anything about the fight scenes. But man,
I love how many times Wolverine stabs him with his claws. It's just repeatedly over and over again. Oh, it's so much fun.
Oh my God.
I give it an 8 out of 10. But in terms of like, God, I needed a fun movie, I give it like a 9.5. You know, in this moment it's a 9.5, but overall it's an 8, like in the grand scheme of things.
Oh yeah. Can you guys hear me? I mean, am I coming through clearly?
I hear you just fine, but maybe they're having troubles hearing you. I'm not sure.
Maybe it just looks like it's fairly close. I don't want to get too close in this.
It was Eddie's guy says it was okay. It was obviously very fan servicey, and not a whole lot of work put into the core story, I would say. But that's because there's just so much fan service that they had to get to. There couldn't be too much core story.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Thanks, 80s guy. Yeah, I think it gave everyone what they want. We were so hungry for that movie, though. It could have just like rolled over and crapped his pants. We thought, that was just
I believe in Ryan. Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds is pretty good. I got pretty high faith in him.
He's and I guess now they will realize that R-rated superhero movies are a thing. We can do that. Because grown-ass people watch those things, I mean, it's not just for kids.
Very true. Yeah, one of the top movies of all time right now, isn't it?
It's
Is
gotta
that
be.
true? It's not the top, but I think it's one of the top in terms of releases. So yeah, it's kicking butt. I had fun though. I was really enjoying it. I smiled, grinned, I was grinning ear to ear through most of the movie.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of moments where I was bored, and I'm prone to getting bored in movies, but there was not a lot of moments where I was bored. So yeah, worth your time.
I want to say this thing too. There are some surprise appearances and there are some surprise absences. I won't say anything else to that. But I've already said too much, so it's probably.
I'm assuming I think everybody knows Lady Deadpool. Is that who he's talking about? Lady Deadpool?
Possibly. We can't reveal too much.
I mean, you can say she was in the trailer, so you can say Lady.
Everybody knows Lady Deadpool was in the movie. Clearly, when you saw those legs and you saw, maybe even the hair at some point. So, yeah,
she fine. She fine.
yes. We determined that, yes, sir. Yes. So let's talk about fan service. RDJ as Doom. Yes, no, don't give a damn.
We talked about this last night as well. I'm in the wait and see batch. It could be terrible. It could be awesome. There's a feeling of it's lazy. Obviously, it's, it's just lazy. And there's a fear laced with that. Like if the casting is lazy, will the writing also be lazy? But at the same time, I can also think of just a large number of ways this could be really, really, really cool. We don't really understand what they're doing here and how they're doing it. It was just an announcement at SDCC to get the hype. So I think it's much ado about nothing so far, given so little information. But I'm definitely, it didn't make me more excited. I'm in the wait and see batch.
Yeah, I thought it was a very safe move. I mean,
yeah.
Oh my God, let's fire the guy who just got convicted of something, and then let's hire our biggest star ever back. Look, he's back, but now he's doomed. Come buy our shit. It's like it's a very safe, thing, and it could work out fine, but it's just not very daring. But corporations don't take risks; they only take sure things. So
We've got
RDJ is a sure thing.
We got the homie Alfred in the house. What's up, my man? Good to see you coming
Alfred.
through.
Cool, man.
Yeah, we ain't seen the homie for a minute. Good to see you,
man.
my man. Thank you for giving us some time.
We haven't seen you since Hector was a pup, but he's a full-grown dog now. Man.
We also got Critical Entertainment in the house. What's up, Critical?
Critical!
Check them out. CriticalEntertainmentLA.com. Check the homies out.
Yes, sir.
Lots of good stuff going out. Space Dragon coming soon.
Yeah, good stuff. No, Alfred, I have not read, to answer your question, I have not read Daisy Chain 1. Are you the author of that, or is someone else? Check. I just was able to find the Blowtorch metal cover. I mean, my God, I've been looking for Blowtorch like crazy. I think that's the Bad Rose version. It's like the metallic cover or the foil cover of that book. So I'm a little late to the game on a lot of stuff. So I'm a little behind, as they say.
Is Stapled Spine says everybody has their infamous Iron Man, I'm assuming. I do not have the book. I'm okay with it.
That's the thing, I think, and Cliff on your show was saying too, that he wants Dr. Doom, he wants Victor Von Doom, not Robert Downey, not some thing, because they've never done Doom right.
He can be Doom.
He can be Doom, but it would have been better to me if they had not revealed it at San Diego, and they just like in the movie, it's like, oh my God, it's some version of Tony Stark under the mask.
Yes.
That would have been much more. This is all corporate shit, man. But
we don't understand what it is. Yeah, we don't understand what it is yet, so it's hard to be excited. Yeah. But if they reveal it at a point where we know more, it could be real. It could have been really lit, but
yeah. So I'm not against it. I'm not for it. I'm just kind of like, that happened. Okay, we'll see what happens when it actually comes to the screen.
Do you know, or does anybody in the chat know what is our next movie? Because we waited so long for Deadpool. What is the next movie on tap? DC or Marvel?
Captain America, I think I want to say. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Next movie. That could go either way. That's the truth, Phil. I would be totally pissed off. It's just like a 5-minute thing to what he did the first Reed Richards in the Doctor Strange movie. I would be so pissed off if that's really. He probably got like $100 million for that 5 minutes.
90 million. Yeah. 80s guys said it. 90 million.
90 million. Well, good for him. I ain't mad at him for making money, but
I don't think we really. It's like we don't really fathom how much money these people have. I know I don't.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, after a while, it's just monopoly money. I mean, how many
I
houses can you live in? How many roads can you drive in? Can you ride in? Just like
I had a job in Wichita at an air ambulance company, and it was the first time I was around like really rich people. Where like if they felt like hopping in one of their jets and flying out, they could do that. And I didn't really understand, a lot of stuff until I was around them. I was like, damn, y'all got it like that. That's crazy. What a life.
like taking an Uber.
What a
Gas
life,
up
man.
a private jet. Let's go to Italy.
One thing I did see a lot of us though is that when you have it like that, you get a lot of people with their hands out, man. Everybody.
That's
has
the
their
thing.
hands out.
That's why it'd be best to have not necessarily Tony Stark or RDJ money, but to have to be comfortable.
Yeah.
And nobody actually
And
knows
anonymous.
that you got
Yeah.
exactly like
Yeah.
Yurtley Smith, the voice of Bart Simpson. If I could have that kind of money, because they can go places, they don't know who that unless she opens her mouth, they don't know who the hell she is.
And she has to do a certain
lives.
voice too,
Yeah,
right?
that's
It's
that
not her
voice
voice.
too.
Yeah.
Like
That's
no,
the
no,
dream right
it's not
there.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah. That right there is like low key rich and kind of micro rich, famous, kind of sort of like that. But she's actually famous, but people don't know her by face. So yeah,
Stable, we gotta wait and see, man. We gotta wait and see. They gotta get this right. So I think there's value in being loud on social media about it, honestly, because look what they did with the first Sonic movie and how it changed the trajectory of that entire IP. I don't know if you remember, but when the Sonic movie first came out, or the steals of it came out, Sonic looked terrible. He looked absolutely horrible, and there was a huge backlash online, and they actually went back and fixed it. And the final in the final Sonic is what you got, and that's a fun movie that looks great.
I do
So
remember that.
I would usually say, hey man, control what you can control, but you actually might be able to control this if you're loud on the internet and if you're part of a loud chorus saying, hey, we want this.
Ooh, Hellboy.
In this internet age, that can work.
Oh yeah, K-pop and Juno say Hellboy is the next movie. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. I guess Iron Man. Cap is down the road somewhere.
I've never seen any of the Hellboys with
Really?
Perlman. Yeah.
I
don't know much about
first
them.
one. I've only seen the first one. I haven't seen anything since that. So I'm in that same boat.
Finally, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was Yurtley has a great true crime. Okay, what? I love true crime too. So I have to check that out. What were you saying?
No, Phil was saying Hellboy creator quoted as saying, finally a movie true to the book. It's weird seeing P2 in there. What is going on with the P2 thing, man?
He's trying to have another identity, man.
He's throwing me off. He's throwing me off.
He's becoming more edgy. He's an edgy now.
Tate says, make the companies jump through hoops for our money, not the other way. And I don't know that we really understand how much power that is. Obviously, individually, we don't have a lot of power, but if we make individual choices that way, we have a ton of power because money is everything.
Money is everything.
Oh, scroll up for we missed the answer. Damn it. Let me go find that.
What's the answer? Is it Allen Iverson?
No, Phil said scroll up for the answer to his name change. We missed it.
Oh, did I?
It was funny. Well, I was looking at my video from FOC and Chill last night to make clips, and there was tons of comments where I was like, man, I missed that comment. I wish I would have highlighted that. There was tons of moments where I was like, man, I did not catch your comment. I'm sorry, man. Like I remember K-pop said something. I was like, man, I wish I would have caught that comment. She asked me a question. What was the question? Rue in Mama's Family or Golden Girls? And the answer is, I don't give a damn. Both.
I don't think that's the right one.
If you're listening, K-pop, that's
we'll have to find it. We'll find it, Phil. I promise we will. And one more thing I wanted to do before we bring on Max is whenever I make a mistake, I always want to address it because I know I say stuff on here, and then maybe somebody who may not know, like I didn't know, may take it as gospel. And at the time, as God's my witness, I thought that PSA and CGC were affiliated. I thought that they were the same company. I thought they were like, parent company and like like BGS, Beckett's and CBCS, which are affiliated. That's why I guess conflated the other two together, but they are not the same company. I'm sorry, I was totally wrong on that. Sorry for that disinformation out there. But PSA is now doing comic grading for some odd reason. I mean, like, whatever. I mean, but for money, of course. I'm sorry, of course. But now, to me, they're behind CBCS because CBCS is clearly number 2. I mean, I could just jump to the front because you're
they could. I think there's so many problems with CBCS. I mean, I don't know where they're at now, but I've heard a lot of complaints about them to where they could easily get jumped, really. And
I don't know. You're a CBCS hater. You're a hater. Face it.
No, I'm not. I'm indifferent. I think there's space for all 3. Really, I think there's obviously space, especially with CGC having such a large market share. There's opportunity to take some of that back, I feel like, but I'm indifferent to the whole thing. I don't care who wins,
I don't either. I just want equality in the whole thing, and I think that sometimes CBCS gets a shitty end of the stick because everybody's so in love with CGC and all that, but I just want it to be equality. That's all.
I found Phil's answer, and his answer was his account is different on his phone. So.
It'll take time to restore chaos.
Chris is here. It was good to see Chris last night on FOC and Chill. I know it's early for you, Chris, but it was definitely good to see you, man. Always appreciate your presence. Critical Entertainment says PSA had a booth at SDCC where they were displaying graded comics. Oh, how did they look? Were they looking pretty sexy? And was it a popular booth? Is my question.
It's so funny that PSA and CGC are kind of similar in ways, even though they're not affiliated. PSA is the big card grading company, even though BGS has better encapsulation. Does that remind you of anything? CBCS has better encapsulation than CGC, but people just love CGC better because they're more popular. So,
they look better too.
They do, and DSA look good too, even though the encapsulation is.
They do, but CBC just looks better a little bit.
A wee bit. I mean, they have gotten better. CBCS, I should say.
I got There's that CBCS. That's CBCS. If something is killing the children, I buy CBCS because they're cheaper. So that's what I get.
But they changed their label recently, so it look better now. But anywho, let me get our guest on here because I've been BSing. We've been BSing and talking stuff for a while. Real quick, posthumous, easy for me to say, Eisner Award for Ed Pisker. Hooked on Juno said that. We missed that. Yeah, I saw that on, yes. Thank you, Juno, for bringing that up. Yes, I saw that on their Instagram. Man, that's good to see. Their family's still going through some shit, man. They're going through a lot of shit.
I regret, I regret that he didn't have a voice, like Sketch had a voice to bring him back.
Yeah, that would be great. But
let's get to Max.
Yeah,
I'll shut up now.
All right. So this man has written. This is going to be a 8-issue series. I want to say. You'll correct me if I'm wrong. Number 2 is on Kickstarter right now. The link is in the description below. Feel free to fund because more is always better when it comes to indie publishers. And let me show you this. This promo I pulled from his Instagram, his YouTube page, and it says a little bit about his product here. And I can dig it up here in 1 second. Give me a second. Working this linear interface here as much as I can. All right, here we go.
This is so cool. This is like a superhero sci-fi epic. It's freaking awesome. I really enjoyed reading this.
I thought it was great. The art was fantastic.
I really enjoyed the artwork and the story and the characters.
And I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a really, really good story.
The art is ambitious and bold, and when it comes down to the final product, it's just amazing.
It's beautiful to look at. It's a great read, and it has all the makings of an incredible series.
Stellarlands, I'm going to give this first outing an A+.
You can tell it's a passion project, and you can tell it to me it's a lot to the creators. And I think they did a really nice job with it.
Now this book has great action, great characters, some cool twists that I don't want to give up, and so much more.
I read this already, and I want more.
Wow. All right. So without further ado, let me bring the man himself on, who is the writer behind all this. Here's Max Ferrada of Stellarlands. Hey, Max.
Hello, everyone. I was all well and good, just sitting back and listening to you guys. I forgot that I had an interview scheduled. But yeah, thanks for having me on. I really do appreciate it.
Thanks for coming on. Yeah.
Yeah,
So tell us
yeah,
a little bit
I was
about
just
Stellarlands and or about yourself, I should say. So first, let's get the
well, first I was just going to say
your
that
story.
I didn't show you some of the bad reviews in that.
There were
in
bad
that-
reviews, really?
No, that's
Yeah,
not how you
All
do
of
it.
those, man. No,
What
that
bad
did-
reviews?
That didn't happen. Ignore those bad reviews. He's got what you're looking for.
There might have been one, but yeah, that's something that I've come to learn as I've spent more time in the indie comic book scene. You gotta maximize the positive. If you only sold 5 copies at a Comic-Con, but you only printed 5 copies, you can just say sold out.
Sold out. There you go.
Right.
And you can ride
I
on
saw a lot of the homies in that video. Of course, Evil Mike was in there. Great dude. I saw Taylor Winder give you a good review, which I
Yeah.
can tell you is not easy to get. So,
that.
congrats on that.
There is something ineffably hypnotic about his grumpiness. You know,
Yeah.
you just sit there and absorb that information through that grumpy conduit. It's that's his brand, and
Yes,
yeah,
it is.
It
yeah, and
works.
it does. I think he was nominated for a comic book community CBC
Award.
Yeah, and I think at one point I just binged like 12 of his reviews in one sitting. And
Wow.
when Taylor Winder does it comes on like I know Mr. Rogers one day, I think that'll just feel weird. That would feel strange.
You're very
But-
off-brand.
Yeah, but yes, thank you, Taylor, and to everyone else who contributed to that gorgeous video, which I absolutely loved, and I edited that video. So to answer your question, I did get my start as a filmmaker. Yeah, thank you, K-pop. Yeah, I'll be on your show on Saturday, I believe, or Sunday. But I started in filmmaking. I work as a videographer, and I like to bring these sensibilities to comic books because there are like tactile, obvious similarities. There's a discipline in framing, and if some of the panels are the same, you could also simulate movement. And in the end, it's Aristotelian, it's time-based, and you're telling a story. And that's something that you never lose sight of in these things. So when COVID happened and I couldn't, make films with my friends, and I still had that hunger to tell something, comics seemed like the natural progression. And I'm glad I made that leap. It's been incredibly rewarding.
Yeah.
Fiona Staples. That's a huge
That's high praise.
for Benjamin Worrell, a Colorado-based artist, who funny story. He was the first person to apply for the Illustrator gig when I first advertised this on Facebook. The first person. Now the thing is, when you advertise as a writer a paid gig, you will your messenger, your DMs will get inundated. You will get flooded with hundreds, if not thousands, of artists' portfolios and websites, which is a commentary on the state of how hungry the artists are out there and the incredible amount of talent out there. And I should have just picked Ben immediately, but I had to go through 3 months work of going through the all the portfolio. You got to do your due diligence, of course, but in the end, I ran a marathon when I could have just walked next door.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Now there's no questions though. You made the right choice, right?
Yes.
The Very Fine Comic Book Podcast. They compared his work to, I believe, Ryan Ottley.
I love Ryan Ottley too. That's why I love his artwork so much. Yeah.
Yeah. Ben loved that. I'm still new to the comic medium. Of course, I've read comic books my whole life, but this inside baseball thing, knowing the names and the companies, this is just something that I've started on during COVID times.
Okay. Now you mentioned your photography background. Do you have any military background, or any family members that you have are in the military? Got those? Your terminology is really spot on. You did a lot of research, or maybe just personal experience.
No. I do have a degree in politics, so my military understanding is more, looking up and historically and comparing the techniques of, say, Grant and Robert E. Lee during the American Civil War, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But not personally, although I do love to watch a lot of military themed films, and I did research, and apparently the most realistic military themed work out there is something called Generation Kill by David Simon, who did The Wire. And
The Wire,
he is a glutton for research, and it shows. And I just read a lot of books, and the final pass of the proof for Stellarlands 2 for the military context was done by Dave Dye, who did have a military background back in the 80s, who did serve in the Australian military. But most of it is just it's just research. I love to research. I do have a scientific consultant from Norway who makes sure all the science gets right, and the science will get hardcore as the series progresses. But a lot of it is just research. It's just erudition. The actual writing time for me is very, very quick. It's like a week, 2 weeks. But everything leading up to it, the research, both visually and in terms of the story, it's months. It's months and months and months of work. And then when you know all the details, it's like taking the tape out of your characters' mouths. They just suddenly talk up, by themselves.
It's kind of like the analogy of you work out hard in the gym, so the game is easy. So the training is hard, but when it comes time to put it down, okay.
That works. I'm not much of a sports person, but I'll
Now, it's interesting that you have that background and you have a degree in politics, because it looks like no matter where you go, humans or non-humans or any kind of creatures, they will do the same thing that the characters are doing in your book. They're just try to occupy and colonize, and there's a lot going on. Tell us a little bit about the premise of that story.
Oh, yes. Well, what I like to do is I look at certain aspects of history, and then I like to see how it would play out within a sci-fi setting. Mm-hmm. The first book, Stellarlands Issue 1, which you were one of the first people to review, which I really do appreciate that. It involved a superhero, a metahuman, going into a deserted moon and then finding these teenagers who still think that an ancient war is still ongoing. Now, that's something that happens in my country. Every now and then, you will find an octogenarian or septuagenarian Japanese soldier stationed somewhere in an island in the Philippines who still thinks World War II is going on.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, I think the last time that happened was in 1976. And there are still missing Japanese soldiers somewhere within the wilderness, because there's thousands of islands in the Philippines. And these Japanese soldiers, when they were running low on units, they were just basically one person tasked with securing a whole island. So if they're still out there, they would be like 95, 97, and Asian people live very, very long, so it's entirely possible that they're alive. And I wanted to take this sensibility, this trope. It might be disrespectful to call it a trope because it's someone's life, but I wanted to take it and see how it would play out within a diversified sci-fi environment. If you supplant the island with a moon and soldiers with aliens, you can see the emotion is still there, but the iconography is different. And because you've expanded the boundaries, you could do more with the story, which is what I did.
Wow, you've done a great job with that.
Thank you.
that's a sad end for someone to come to, because you know that they have no idea what has happened, and they very well will probably find some skeletons out there holding a machine gun, just like in this pose. That's a terrible way to come to an end. But
and when you think about it, it's a life. It's it's a person's biography. It's their cradle to grave story, and it was given up to paranoia. And like my coworker is Japanese, and he told me that had the bombs not been dropped, they would have never ever surrendered, which speaks to the almost stubbornness of the Japanese work ethic, which explains why you still find people in the Philippine Islands still clinging to this sense of duty, almost stubbornly.
Yeah, when you have people that are kamikaze pilots, and that speaks volumes right there as to what the mindset is. Like, okay, you know what?
Have you guys seen Godzilla -1? Just curious with this subject.
No, not yet. Curious though. Have you seen it?
Yeah, it's a good movie. I'm not really a Godzilla guy, but it's a good movie, even if you're not a Godzilla guy. But there's just the context of World War II and veterans and kamikaze got me thinking about that.
Yeah, well, Godzilla is more like Japanese's coping mechanism almost for the birth of the atomic age. They wanted to, I think, psychologically put a face on the great evil that befell them, and give it some sort of personification. That's what my theory on Godzilla is, because it did come out post-war, very close to the end of World War II. And
it's also the setting of the movie. Yeah, same setting.
Yeah. I never thought of that. I've heard a lot of people talk about that movie too, but I haven't seen it. I'm not a Godzilla person.
It was good.
They say either way, if you're not a Godzilla person, you should see it. So,
I think the budget was only like $15 million, something like which is a lot of money, but compared to the billions of dollars that were spent on, say, like Guardians of the Galaxy or Ant-Man, and their graphics were far more innovative. You could already see it.
It's a beautiful movie. It is.
Oh yeah. Well, Japan, Toho Studios, Kurosawa, Yasujiro Ozu.
Yeah, beautifully shot.
Making culture, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You figure most of those Marvel movies a lot of that budget is salary. You would think sometimes. How many of the big people are in it? So
the $20 million actors. Yeah.
Yeah. So you focus it on actual assets, like or like actual things that you can see, like the special effects. Is a whole different story.
No, that's true. Yeah, I've also read stories that they're overworked over there. Poor guys.
No, right?
Yeah.
Those poor multimillionaires out there working too.
No, the graphics people, they're definitely not multimillionaires.
Oh, the graphics. No. The graphics people. Definitely.
Yeah.
They was working like slaves in those areas, man. Yeah, I mean,
It's crazy.
Graphics and animation is not easy. Yeah. So have you how far are you? I should say this is an 8-issue series or a 7-issue series.
Yeah, that is an 8-issue series. Now,
8-issue series.
You've read both issues already, and you can see that there's no one of the promises of Stellarlands is you'll never see to be continued in the end. There's a beginning, there's a middle, and the end. There's a satisfying conclusion. There's a contained narrative, and each story follows a different character. And you will probably see some bleed as certain elements or certain characters come between issues, but the main characters are always going to be different, or the main character will be a supporting character in another issue. In that sense, you don't have to read it chronologically, because all 8 stories take place at the same time. And if we do hit 8 issues, if we run 8 successful Kickstarters, then it's entirely possible that we'll see a convergence where all 8 main characters meet in the end and do a epic final boss battle, 7 Samurai style. That's the plan. And but first, what we're doing right now is just telling these self-contained stories, which are designed to engross and spark emotion.
Cool. So
that's a great way to run a Kickstarter, setting it up that way, I think. in terms of keeping it forward. People get a full story, they get excited about the next one, but they don't feel cheated by this. You know, they got everything they wanted. They're ready for the next one. It just feels like a good way to do it.
It's pretty genius, actually. Yeah.
I mean, and it's 40 pages, so you'll get bang for your buck. Most comic books are 26 pages.
Yes.
This is 42. That's
very
not an
long
accident.
book. Yeah.
42.
Yeah,
if
very,
you know, you
very
know.
thick book. Yeah. You do get
And
your money for it.
yeah, definitely. And it doesn't end with a to be continued. So you'll get a whole story, and you'll get more than what's usually given in one of these Kickstarters. And if we omnibus it at the end, you'll be able to absorb the full scale of the narrative that we've got in store. So that's the plan, and I hope we get there. It'll take a few years. Who knows? Yeah.
Tate likes the setup. Link is in the chat, guys. If you're interested, Kickstarter is up and live. Definitely check it out.
Thank you. It's Stellarlands .comex.studio. Comex is the publisher who basically does everything non-creative, which is great because there's only so much bandwidth in your mind, and if you're a creative person, certain administrative things don't seem to calculate in your mind. I have to admit that I have gotten lost in a few bus stops every now and then. It's just how the creative mind works, I guess. Some things which make sense just don't. So they do tackle the administrative aspects of the story and the comic books very, very well, and I'm absolutely grateful. And if you go to the Kickstarter, you'll see all the rewards. You can get issue 1 as well as issue 2. There are super exclusive one-time only variant covers which will be discontinued after this Kickstarter. And just check it out. There's a lot of there's some cool art, custom art.
The shiny foil covers are screaming my name.
Usually not a fan of that, but in sci-fi it works. For some reason.
Me too. A lot of us are fans of that.
The foil covers just sell it. It makes the sci-fi feel more sci-fi, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of us are stands for the old shiny covers, man. That's we fall for that. I bet those sell out. I wouldn't be surprised if those are gone.
Yeah, well, I want to thank everybody who's pledged so far. We crushed the goal in 3 days. Yeah, admittedly, it was a modest goal, but it was just enough. And but also we got a Project We Love badge from the Kickstarter overlords. We don't know how
nice.
We don't know how they pick it. We don't know how. I hope it's an indication of quality, but unless we know someone who works at Kickstarter, we don't really know how they pick it. All I know is that Ben, the incredibly talented artist, has been working Kickstarter since 2014 for 10 years. And inexplicably, he has never got a Project We Love badge until now. So that's I hope that's not an indication of Ben's talent, because he's super talented, but it's an indication of whatever it was that the Kickstarter overlords saw in our project. And couldn't be more grateful.
My guess is they saw a very talented writer teamed up with a very talented artist, and bam, magic happens. That's probably what that's probably what happened with that, man.
I hope it's that simple. I'm absolutely glad that I teamed up with Ben. I couldn't imagine doing this with anyone else, to be honest.
I mean, I'm not just blowing smoke either. I mean, the combination of your research and your words with that stellar art. I mean, I really love it. I don't hate to compare people's arts, just like comparing, humans. You look like this person or that person, but his art it does put me in. Why do I love his art so much? Oh yeah, Ryan Otley. You said it right there. I love the art of Ryan Otley.
I had to look that up, but that was a huge compliment, and I give him a lot of latitude as well. I'm not too married to the things, but that just look through all the projects and pick out the ones they like.
Wow.
All right, well, thank you to the 2-3 people. Cheers.
They got good judges of quality. So I don't want to peek too far behind the curtain into your creative mind, but it's going to be an 8-issue series.
Yes.
I know you have a concept in your mind how it's going to end, what's going to happen, and so forth. How much of it would you say is already on paper, is already written down and ready for the artists?
Well, poet and artist Charles Bukowski famously said, "Let it come out of you in a flood, or don't let it come out at all." Meaning that, I interpret that to say that if you're an artist and if you've got something to say, you're almost like a conduit. It'll just spill out of you. You just have to grab it. It's there, and that said, I've written all 8 issues already, and I wrote them, very, very quickly. And I hearken back to the words of Bukowski. I mean, let it come out of you in a flood, because if it's destined to be, it will just come out of you, or it'll die inside you. And I'm happy to say that it's all on. I've used Final Draft Pro at the urging of Neil Gaiman, who works with that software, and I've written all 8 issues there. It's all in PDF, Ben is also rearing to go, so it's just a matter of getting the funds up, which is the case with a lot of artistic ventures. But back in hundreds of years ago, we'd have to supplicate billionaires and millionaires. The church would fund painters, or industrialists would fund artists, or George Harrison would fund Monty Python to create Holy Grails. But we don't have to do that anymore. We have the magic of crowdfunding, so it's just a matter of getting everything in line there. But yes, everything came out solidly and quickly, and now it's just refining it here and there. Sometimes I'll read a book or watch a movie and get an idea and nestle it within the pages here and there. But the broad strokes are done, and I can't wait to show everyone.
Man, so you've done all the heavy lifting. That's the hard
Ready
part.
to go.
Yeah.
You know what? It doesn't feel like heavy lifting when you love it. When it's passion, it's an art. It's not work, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the easy part is going to be getting the funding, because it's clearly there's an audience for it. The first 2 issues have come out, and they're funded already.
In very quick succession. I'm very grateful for that. But when it comes down to it, the number that I want to increase is the number, not necessarily the financial amount, though that would be nice, but it's the amount of people pledging, the eyeballs on it. And while we have already exceeded the amount of the dollar amount that we raised last time, we haven't exceeded the number of pledgers yet, and that's what we're looking to achieve. We want to hit that 3-digit, and while that seems to be the case outside of Kickstarter, it would be awesome if it happened within Kickstarter.
Awesome. Well, looks like you're well on your way, sir. This is a great job so far.
Yeah, I
am in.
Yeah, thank you. I do appreciate it. And with live streams like this, you guys offer an invaluable service, because I advise people who are all thinking of getting into Kickstarter that there is when you launch, there's like a steady ascension in the first week, where you get a whole bunch of pledges, and in the last 48 hours you'll get a huge spike. But in between, that's what people call the dead zone, or the valley. Absolutely. where people don't that 3-week stretch where you'll hardly get anything, if at all. But I found that whenever I show up in one of these shows, like K-Pop Junkies or yours, or Triple G Comics, which I did last week, or Aussieverse, whenever I guest in one of these, you'll see a uptick, of pledges. So what you definitely offer here is a vital, invaluable service. And for anyone who's thinking of starting a Kickstarter comic, that's probably the best advice I could give you, is to go on as many of these as possible. I know it's hard. Not everyone is an extrovert. You gotta learn to relax those introvert muscles and be a little outgoing, get out of your shell, all of that stuff. But you gotta do these shows. You gotta get your face out there, and you'll be glad you did.
Are you taking notes, Lorenzo?
It's interesting you said that too, because I've offered actually a couple people to come on and do just what you're doing right now, and I didn't hear back from them. So I guess they had some really great looking work too. Like, hey, to come on the show and talk about your work.
The thing that a lot of artists have in common is we're super introverted, and during COVID, I think the artists were just fine. They were just, leave me alone. I'll work on my painting. I'll work on my writing. I'll work on my art. There's a certain gag reflex to human interaction that introverts need to just need to work through, and hopefully they'll get over that and accept your invitation, because it's a must. It's definitely a must. Yeah.
Before I let you go, Max, talk about where you're going to be coming, whose show you're going to be coming on in the near future. You mentioned the K-pop show.
Yeah, that'll be on the weekend, and I think that's all I have confirmed at the moment. But just please stick around. It's intimidating to it's intimidating to talk publicly about anything. So I completely sympathize. Sure. But follow us on Facebook. And then you'll see my schedule there. But most importantly, if you can, go onto Kickstarter, Stellarlands.comex.studio. Yes, my Sunday. See you then, K-pop. Looking forward to it. And I hope everything's okay. She was we were talking about inundation earlier. She was physically inundated with a proper Rust Belt storm. And
oh my God.
Hope everything is fine, K-pop. That's if you could go to the Kickstarter, Stellarlands.comex.studio, everything is there. You'll see the rewards. We're almost about to hit some stretch goals for some custom art bookmarks, and you have shiny foil covers, one-time only variant. I'm not kidding when I say this. A lot of people say that's it, and then suddenly the variant covers come back later. No, this is the Comex people were very clear about this. After this Kickstarter, these variants will no longer be available. So this will literally be your only time to get these variants. Check us out on Stellarlands.comex.studio, and let's bring this sci-fi epic saga to life.
Let's see, now I have to get one. I know it's going to be super rare, so the nerd in me, the completionist, has to get one of those.
Oh man, it's hard being a completionist. When I play video games, I'm going to do everything. You lose.
So they get you.
Yeah. Got to do all the side quests. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Max, for coming on and talking about this great book, The Stellarlands, folks. It's in the chat. It's down in the description below. Check out Max on K-pop show and all the other shows he mentioned, and support this man and his project. Man, thank you, Max, and we wish you the best.
Yep, and thank you too. Yeah.
If you want to see indie comics, you got to support indie comics, guys. So definitely get out there and do your part.
Yep. Thank you for keeping it alive. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Good meeting you guys. I appreciate
you coming on.
Have a great day, man.
My pleasure. Take care.
You too. All right.
Finally, I'm the star. Oh,
okay. Finally. Yes. Hey, I better take you up on that, Katie. So yeah, I will be. I know you know people.
And when definitely, Lorenzo, when you get your Kickstarter going, you'll definitely want to go on K-pop's show. That's the place to be.
Oh, if you were happy.
Link for that is in the chat as well.
Yes, absolutely. The Mac brothers, are those the guys we had on before from Sci Nation Comics? I think that is the Mac brothers.
If I can't get a shiny bunny assassin cover, like one of the shiny logo covers for Something Is Killing the Children, I'll be pissed. I want a foil bunny assassin cover. Let's go.
All right. Yeah, Sci Nation. Absolutely. Sci Nation. Yeah, man, within the budget, you'll be among the first to get one.
Sci Nation knows how it's done. Max was talking about how you got to get out there and grind. Sci Nation understands this as well as anybody. They are out there.
Grinding, huh?
They are out there doing their part. They're always doing something, man. It's crazy seeing them work.
Yeah, Max is out there too, man. He's a brilliant dude, man.
Yeah,
he's just like I'm reading his work. He's like his work is very well researched, and it's just not some Mickey Mouse book with nice pictures. It's like really great writing and an awesome artist. So that's a great combination. That's a dream combination right there. So.
Yeah, they know what they're doing, man. They're in their lane and they're doing it well.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, so some people are just born with it. It's like, hey, they got this charisma. Like, he's got his wife doing in a comic or something like that. It's just awesome. That's great. All right, so what else we got? We got we're not going to be doing. Do you have any what's good this week?
Not this week, man.
I got a little bit of what's good. I'm not too much, but I got a little bit of something. So we'll do a real quick abbreviated what's good. So so I can get the oh my God, I'm just getting this thing going all crazy here. It's just like clicking on the wrong buttons. Oh, here we go. All right, so what's good? Let's breeze through that. Hey now. You're getting the public domain, right? The book by Chip Zdarsky.
Yes, I have not read the latest issue that just came out, and I also went and got the domain. I haven't read that either, but I did go find it. So I'm on that book as well. Eventually, I'm going to read it.
Oh yes,
I'm so far behind on reading. I really need to hunker down. I'm ridiculous. I've been so distracted lately, man. I've really got to get plugged in.
Yeah, I'm a little behind. So I only got one or two little what's goods to go from. Yes, that is the name of their band. That's right. The name of their band and the name of their comic. Yeah, that's just
all about them horror comics for Staple, baby.
There are no others. Are you kidding me? There's nothing else. Yes, and the one that we're talking about is the domain, which is
that came out a while ago, didn't it?
No, this
no, because that's the one I had. I had to go back and get it, and I was. Oh wait, okay, this is not a new comic book day book. Okay, I'm sorry.
Right,
go ahead.
Right. This is the first issue of. Okay, first I'll explain the folks who are now reading the public domain. The public domain is about this guy who kind of
K-pop.
See K-pop. They had this character kind of like the Superman creators, Siegel and Schuster. One guy owned part, one guy owned the other part, and there was a battle going on. So eventually, this guy gets his due. He gets his official part of the character. He has got his big settlement. He owns part of this character called the Domain. The Domain is a superhero. Okay, so what this guy does, he brings his family into it, makes them his production company, and that's what the public domain story is about. The domain, the one that I'm talking about right now, is about what they created. So this is like the book that they created.
The book inside the book.
The book inside the freaking book, updated. So it's a cool thing. Like in the public domain, they talk to the artist, and they tell him like, well, Dad, you got to bring this up to the current date. You could make it about the same old white guy that you wrote it about back in the 60s or whenever it was he started writing the book or drawing the book, I should say. But the writer's a real dick. He's just a real
he's a villain kind of.
Yeah, he's a villain. I don't know who he's based on, but they do a great job of portraying him.
You didn't get Stan Lee vibes from it? I did.
I didn't say it. Could be. I can neither confirm nor deny. All right, so he begrudgingly says like, I get it, but I'm just so set in my ways and everything. And in this book, they bring the new domain to life, which is rather than one guy, it's three people. It's three young people because the guy relates to the young folks and everything. So it's how they deal with the new relaunch of the domain, and it's very good. They kind of take the Green Lantern found rocket ship artifact thing to a trope to another level, and they put their own their own little mark on it. So I'm into it so far.
One thing I like about the cover on that book is they have the in character writers at the top, and then they're crossed out for the real writers.
Yeah,
that was a nice touch. I thought
that's pretty cool, huh? Yeah. That's old Chipper, man. He's a very creative guy, very smart guy. All right, another thing in the what's good. Have you had a chance to read this yet?
No, I hear it was good though.
It was good.
I wanted to go back and read Nice House on the Lake before I started this series because I understood the overall story of Nice House on the Lake, but I felt like I had troubles keeping all the characters straight sometimes from issue to issue, and I was worried. Right, and I was worried that I missed details by not keeping them straight. So I have the hardcover of the first one. I'm just going to read it all, and then I'm going to get into this. I just want to be fully engulfed in it before I get going.
Yeah, it's going to go to full. I think 10 at least issues, right? Is it 10 or 12? At least probably 10 because there's 10 symbols. I think the first series went 10. If I'm not mistaken.
It was 12.
Was it 12? Okay, forget what I said then. It's going to go 12 probably another year.
You know what? I might be wrong on that. Go ahead. I'll make sure that was not a lie.
You never know. I don't know. I really shout out my main man. What's up, Larry Love? Good to see you, my friend. And it is absolutely tea time. Whenever you hear, it's tea time, my friend.
Larry Love. Yeah, it's 12. I did not make it up.
Okay. I never doubted you. Well, kind of a little bit, but I never said that. So there are tie-ins, of course, as you would think, and they relate this book to the first series in very interesting ways. I don't want to give away too much, but let's just say that there are several houses by several bodies of water in this reality. So I'll just leave it at that. And they go into a little bit more about. There's not Walter makes an appearance in here too, but there's
he's not. It's not the same alien. Don't spoil too much, but yeah.
Well, there's more than one person like Walter. I'll just say that.
Okay.
Walter, yeah, and there's more than one house.
Do we know is this this is at the same time as the other house?
Same time. Same.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's in the beginning. I want to say it's in the. They didn't restart like this is when the first Nice House people got together and had to go through that whole series of learning what's going on. I think everything's hitting the ground running after that series, so it's after that, not restarting the timeline. I guess I should say. I love that cover, man. That is
one of my absolute covers in my favorite covers in my collection, man. John Gallagher, Uncanny Knack, man, he freaking killed this thing, man.
I love that.
Love it, man. I really like the trade. There's a Virgin one with minimal trade dress, and I really prefer this one over that one. I do. I like the trade dress like that. But yeah, I had to show that off. I love that thing.
Yeah, that's very nice. I'm all ready for the C. Slidhead, I don't think you will be disappointed because it's very good. I like it a lot. A lot.
Like a lot.
Yes. And also, Slidhead, you say that they put in oversized. Oh, I see. Wow. The Sacrificers are very good.
That's Rick Remender too, right?
Yeah, definitely Rick Remender.
I missed out on that one, but I kind of regret it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's what's good, folks. That's what I got. Oh, did I even show my comic? Jesus Christ. Superstar. I was so into Max's thing, I forgot all about those stuff I picked up. From the shop this week, I got Blood Hunt number 5 among the Marvel stuff that I picked up.
Is that the red band or no?
Not the red. I got the red band thing coming from my comic shop, but I haven't cracked open a single red band yet. I'm waiting for a red band trade. I want all my red bands to be intact and unopened.
I take all mine out immediately because in this day and age with CGC, there's no reason to keep it in the poly bag. There's really not.
No, but I don't know. It's just
there's absolutely no reason because think about it. The reason why we used to keep it in the poly bag is it was like a 9.8, right? If it was still in the poly bag, that was the equivalent of a 9.8. Where that's not true in any way, shape, or form now.
But it has a nice little red band on the bag, though. I like that.
Can't argue that.
But the band. Okay. Ultimate Spider-Man number 7. I think I'm caught up on this. I may not have read 6 yet, but this is the one Ultimate Book.
What's up with the cover? Who's the other dude?
That's Ultimate Green Goblin.
Are they friends or no?
Actually, funny story. Along with Uncle Ben not being dead, and along with J. Jonah Jameson not hating Spider-Man, Green Goblin Spider-Man right now are friends. Go figure.
Interesting.
It's a crazy universe, but there's other foes of them to fight, and some yet to be revealed. So there's lots of stuff going on. I'm not too sure about that ultimate Doc Ock. He might still be a jerk. So you gotta have somebody that's still a bad guy.
We got some Blood Hunt hype in the chat.
Blood Hunt ending was really? Oh, this issue here? Okay, all right.
Of course,
Jack
Staples
felt about that.
Yeah, of course.
Of course he. Of course he is.
Of course he was.
Of course. Oh, Staple. Have you seen? You need to see. I'm not going to say anything. You need to see Wolverine and Deadpool too. Don't let anybody spoil it for you. Just trust me on this. If you can get a chance to go see it, go see it. I think you like it. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, okay. I know what you're referring to.
All right. So, and this is a cover from last week. Speaking of Blood Hunt crossovers, this was the Alex Ross joint that I just had to have, man, because
that's gnarly, man.
Not even reading this, but okay, I want that. It is a Blood Hunt. Sometime I'm kind of reading Blood Hunt. I'm not reading Fantastic Four right now, but it's a tie into Blood Hunt. But man, this is gnarly. This is one of the most gnarly covers I've seen in a minute.
In a New York minute.
You got it. I got the shiny. Speaking of
shiny. Oh, they got
you. Oh, the shiny.
Had to get the Nakayama. That's a Deadpool book, right?
It is a X-Force. It's technically Deadpool.
Is it X-Force or is it Deadpool? I thought that was a Deadpool cover. Okay.
It's a Deadpool cover, but I think he's leading X-Force, if I'm not mistaken. So, but, Nakayama cover by.
Got him. Shiny foil strikes again.
The shiny. That's all the Marvels. No DCs for some reason. I gotta go pick up my DCs probably from Gabby's. I haven't been there in a couple of weeks.
Another book. I'm so far behind on this book. God, I need to catch up.
I may have not read even. I think I may have read 10 or 7 or 8. I got a long way to go before I catch up on this one. But Nottingham is such a good story. I can stack this and not worry about it.
I've read up to 10, but I don't remember anything, so I need to read it again. It's funny, the hype for that book is gone, right? It must still be selling well because you still see it around, but there's no one's buzzing about that book. Nobody's talking about how good it is right now.
Man, go find it, and if there's a trade, there might be a trade. You should get that trade and catch up on this because this is.
I'm shocked that hasn't been optioned. I'm super shocked.
Stick around because there's a lot of adaptations to the Robin Hood mythos, and this is probably one of the best ones I've seen.
And we haven't seen one. We haven't seen one in a while.
So,
if you think about it, yeah, we haven't really seen any we haven't seen Robin Hood since the '90s. So and this is a V for Vendetta type of Robin Hood. This is not your '90s Robin Hood in any way, shape, or form, which makes it so exciting. And I've said it many times before. One of the great things about that book is the moral dilemma that you have between my eat the rich heart that I have rooting for Robin Hood, but at the same time, the sheriff of Nottingham is so sympathetic to where, honestly, if I'm honest with myself, he's actually the good guy in this book.
Yes.
So I really like that about that book.
Yes, we've all convinced ourselves that Robin Hood by far is the good guy. Steal from the rich, give to the poor. Yeah, I'm a good guy. But this Robin Hood is not black and white. Nice.
Not at all. Not at all.
At all. And I love that they created that conflict. That's awesome.
That moral ambiguity. Yeah.
Yes. All right, Grimm. I'm stacking this right now too. And the only thing keeping me picking this up is. My guy, Bruce and Stephanie's comics, Bruce, he loves this, and he said the last few issues are great. And I feel like there has been greatness in this book, and I don't want to miss out on that. So I'm still picking it up. I'm probably read it since 15.
I've never ended a pool on my pool list. I've never ended it. The only way that it's ever ended is if the series ended. But I need to read this book and decide if this needs to be the first one. I don't know. I do love the purple on this cover, though. That is nice.
It is nice, isn't it?
Was there a Robin Hood movie recently? I completed. Yeah, I'm completely out of the loop, so there probably was, and I just missed it.
If you don't know, I sure as hell don't know. That's the first movie I've seen since the before times. So I haven't seen a movie in a long, long time since until the other day. And I went like on a Monday at 11 a.m. and it was still a good crowd in there. So I think because the school's out and the kids are probably in there, and this is a huge movie.
It's a huge movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stapled is excited for the new Spirits of Vengeance.
Ooh.
WWBN. What is that one?
Worldwide Booty Nappers. I don't know.
Booty Nappers. And then another Blade. I wish they would quit rebooting Blade and just let it go, man. Jeez. He only gets like 4 or 5 issues and then he's out.
Well, they used this Blood Hunt maybe to like usher in this new relaunch of Blade, I imagine. I don't want to.
I need to read Blood Hunt because I am interested into what the hell's going on with Blade.
There's been some good issues in it. Which books I've read have been pretty good, but I don't see how they bring everybody back because the vampire is killing everybody. And that's just
2018 is a lot. 2018 is a lot sooner than I thought, Sledhead, but that was still 6 years ago.
Yeah, that's me too. Oh, and no, that's a different Grimm, also Mojo. Now I know what you're talking about. It's with 2 M's. I know they intentionally sold.
They do
just 1 M. Yeah,
they do fairy tale stories on that, right?
Exactly. Yeah. They're playing off the Grimm fairy tale thing. This is actually the Grimm here is actually a name. I want to say so. Yeah, as in Grim Reaper, not the brothers Grimm, but the Grim Reaper itself, which is what Jessica is. She is a Grim Reaper. You're right. My lovely better half is pointing out. I did go see a second movie.
Did Janet go too?
She did not. She would not go. She would not set foot in the theater. She still is not convinced. And yeah, so I don't blame her because motherfuckers still getting it.
They are still getting it. Hell, the president just had it recently.
I know, right?
Thankfully, people are not croaking anymore, though. Thankfully for that.
They say maybe the strains are getting weaker. I hope that's true.
Yeah.
But then they already talk about the bird flu. The bird flu could be a thing now. I don't, and that's even worse with a higher mortality rate. I don't want that shit to get loose. So stop it. We'll have no more of that.
Werewolf by Night.
Okay. I should know that. I love Werewolf by Night. Yes. Nope. Yes. I know, sweetie.
America. Fuck yeah.
It's time to save the motherfucking day, yeah. All right, the last couple of books. Only got 9 books this week. Missed Gromit's number 2 because I forgot to sign up for it. I thought, how am I not getting Gromit's number 2? Did I misplaced it? Nope, got to sign up for it. So I got to find number 2. And
easy to get.
It should
I'm pretty sure my shop has some if you need me to grab one.
Yeah, I might be able to catch one at Gabby's next week when I go by there because they have more inventory over there. But
love that art though, dude. I absolutely love Brett Parsons' style. It just works for me, man.
God, it's just so awesome. And I think this may be the 1 for 10. I think this may be the 1 in 10 of.
They were talking about this one as being kind of a hot book.
This one? Yeah.
Yeah, the 1 for 10.
Yeah, this is one of the ones in the. I used 2 Gromit thumbnails in the.
I saw that. Yeah.
So the other one is I want to say what is it? That is
probably 1 in 20.
Oh yeah. That is badass. That one on the far right there. Yeah, I like.
It looks like a American traditional tattoo. Is what it looks like.
Yes, looks like a lot like a tattoo thing, but it's so cool though. I like it a lot. All right, so that's 1 in 10 for that one, and I think is that the last one I got? That? Oh yeah, that's it. Only got 9 books. 9 books, and we knew it was a slim pickings week last week, so.
Yeah, only 8 on my list. I have not got my books there, but there was only 8, so I wasn't in a rush.
And if I hadn't gotten duplicates, I could have got even less. So,
I'm not familiar with Toxic Summer, too.
It's been a toxic summer. That was the Bananarama's follow-up to Cruel Summer.
I don't think that's right.
Do you doubt me? Are you threatening me? It's been a toxic summer. Love the art. Love the art. Stay for the toxicity. The Great Terror. Okay. That's a book. Yeah, that's a book that's out right now. I think I've seen that, but I did not. I have not read it. Have not read it. Paul Peralta. Ooh. Oh, okay. Nice. I like that, man. I like that a lot. All right. So this week,
man, we're already moving into August. God, that's crazy to me.
It's my birthday.
Football. We have the Hall of Fame game is Thursday, man. It's tomorrow.
Hall of Fame game. You will see no trace of Caleb Williams or any of the starters in that game.
Yeah, sure. No, you won't. I'm pretty sure you won't.
Yeah. I wouldn't do it. I mean, I think definitely by the next preseason game, but not this one. I don't think they're still getting it together. Oh God! And then is it next week? I think this is next week. The first Hard Knocks with the Bears in it. Oh my dear God! Oh my damn! I can't tell you how excited I am for that.
Hopefully it goes well for you. Hopefully you like what you see.
I hope so too. Either way, it's going to be interesting. Either way, even if he bombs, which I don't think he will, I'll just kind of say, "Yep, you should have kept the other dude." But if he's great, it's like you did the right thing. You know me, I'm one of those guys.
You got that backup. What's his name? Badgett.
That's just a guy with pure bloodlines.
So you're going to be fine. You guys are going to be fine.
If Tyson Badgett plays any significant time in this season, all things have gone to hell.
You guys are going to be fine.
All things have gone. Something has gone horribly wrong if Tyson Badgett sees the field other than in garbage time after a huge win. All right. So.
Owl Peralta. Is that a tattoo artist?
I think it is.
Skateboard. It's a skateboard guy.
Oh, okay. So I know. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I know they look very punky. So I missed that whole era. So like that's cool. I don't know why it is, but I like it a lot.
I like it a lot. Oh, Prodigy is okay. I'll wait till we get to that. But wow, Prodigy's back.
Are you jumping ahead?
Sorry.
Uncanny X-Men 1. Oh, they're rebooting all the X-Men books are being rebooted. I heard Spider-Man's gonna be rebooted again. ASM's gonna be rebooted again. I think
Gail's writing this one. And if you're on X, you should follow Gail. She's funny.
Gail
really like her. Yeah, she's writing a new X-Men book right there.
Really?
The Uncanny X-Men. And she is so fun. The funniest thing that she does is she will post a clueless tweet about comic books in some way. And someone will respond and be like, blah, 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 how could you not know this, blah, blah, blah. And then they see who it is. It's like, she wrote the book, you dumbass. What are you like? She's just reeling people in with that shit. I love that.
Just shut up until you know what some people just can't wait to troll or to like just be.
Let me go find. She does it. She does it all the time. Let me go find the latest one that she got where she just reels it out.
I think I may have pre-ordered this John Tyler Christopher one here. I don't get as many as I used to of him, but I love when he does this, and I'm a big fan of Jubilee, so I think I got his Jubilee.
Are you a big fan of Jubilee? That looks kind of weird to me.
She's still wearing shorts. You know, the shorts are very dated. Nobody wears shorts anymore.
I like the sparkles in her hand, though. That looks cool.
Yeah, I mean the yellow raincoat I can get with, very Dick Tracy, but the jorts are kind of yesterday. But I'm not the fashion police. Far be it from me to tell anybody else how to wear their shit. So, to see how I dress. All right, I think you do. I wear jerseys and all kind of other weird shit. Absolute Power. Has anyone read Absolute Power yet?
No, I'm not on that one.
Good for you, avoiding all the events.
Yeah, I'm surprised I did Blood Hunt, but I did do it.
Scarlet. One of my peeps in the comic shop, the customer said they had to drop Scarlet. They didn't like it.
That's an Energon thing, right?
Yeah. I mean, I guess he didn't like that. She's not going to be hooking up with Duke, because it turns out this Scarlet is a lesbian. So I think Duke, Duke may be hooking up with somebody else. Well, it's fine because
the woke mob strikes again, Lorenzo.
Oh, stop!
Here we go again. This is the most important thing happening.
Oh God.
God, the lesbians won't let us have anything.
The lesbians won't let us have anything. I blame them completely. All right. Here's something you like is the Deviant. How many
I
issues is
love
this? I know. And the
I don't
last one was
know.
kind of trippy too, right? I mean,
I
left
am
us kind of
another book
wanting
I gotta
more.
catch up on. But that I love the art in this book. I love the pacing of this book. I love the setup of this book. I love that you don't really know what's going on in this book. There's so many questions.
Don't.
This is like my favorite setup to a Tynan book so far. More than Something Is Killing the Children, even. I really like. Now he has to deliver. It's going to be very important that he delivers. But right now, I love this book.
Yeah. You're not even sure who the Deviant is.
Yeah.
You know, at this point. So
hell, you might. Our main character might be the damn deviant.
That's what I'm talking about.
We don't even know.
That's what I'm talking about.
I love everything about that book. It's perfect in my eyes so far.
Yep. That's the way it should be. Spider-Man, Black Suit and Blood. Oh, just stop. Just stop with the this, that, and blood shit. You know, enough, Uncle. I waved the white flag.
As long as we buy it, they're gonna sell it.
I guess that's a good point. I guess that's a very good.
That's been a very big theme. It's a very big theme in this community, really. Is like a lot of the things that we complain about, we are the cause of it. So we complain about variants, but there's only variants because we all buy variants, you know? We complain about drama channels like Sticky Goose, but we all watched the latest video from Sticky Goose where he made fun of it, you know? We hate it, but we're plugging into it. Yeah, I know. There's perfect angels who are exceptions to the rule, like Lorenzo. But actually, you're not exception to the variant rule. That's for sure. You're definitely propping that up.
I'm guilty for charge on that, but, you know. But man, you could curse me out and talk about anything. I'm not going to look at it. I'm not going to acknowledge it. If I don't see you, you don't exist. It's not exist. Nope, doesn't happen. It's like Tinkerbell.
Have you read any Ain't No Grave? That's another one that
I've only read the first one. Only the first one. Have you?
No, I'm pulling it because I loved The Me You Love in the Dark, and it's the same team.
That is the same team.
Scotty Young is I like his art, or I like his writing better than his art, and I love his art, but I really enjoy his writing. So I know I'm gonna like this book. I have not read it yet. I do need to get into it.
Yeah. But you're still stacking it. You know, the first one was okay.
Yeah, I'm pulling it.
Yeah, you're still okay. All right, look at this cover. This is a Scotty Young variant. Oh my gosh. This
Kansas City, baby.
1 in 25 too. Wow, that is nice. You know, I feel like at some point Scotty's just going to stop drawing and take all that writing money. You know, he's just going to let me see. I could keep on drawing, or since I got this Marvel thing now, I've proven myself as a writer with with Strange Academy and with the Do You Love in the Dark and Ain't No Gray. I can make that.
I don't think you're ever going to see him stop doing covers. There's too much money to be made.
He'll probably just do covers. He probably does be his thing, you know. Like Scotty Young.
That's all he does now. When was the last time he did interiors on a book? I haven't seen any.
That's right. There you go.
I've only seen covers from him since 2021, really, since I came back.
Huh. That's a good point. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I may be late to on the call on this one, but I'm thinking he's gonna fucking just take that. And why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you just I could work more.
Hold me closer, tiny. That has a nice ring to his staple. Hold me closer, tiny onion.
I know. I can't do it, Elton John. Can't get up that high.
I don't want to go on with you like that.
Public Domain number 7. You're just talking about coming up. The Power Fantasy. Really now?
A new number 1. Oh, that's obviously not the
I know.
Penultimate Book. We're not skipping right past it, so this one's not it.
Look over here.
Kieran Gillen.
And Casper Weingard. Okay. Like a good
he
team.
wrote The Eternals. Yeah. The Eternals was weird, but I liked it for some reason. I think it was the art more than the book, honestly. But for some reason, he wrote, that was the last thing that I read from Kieran. Is it Kieran or Kieran? How you say his name?
I think Kieran. I could be wrong, but Kieran Kieran. There's no I, but Kieran. There's no I behind the O. So Kieran Gillen, I want to say.
Easy for you to say.
Took about 10 tries. Some power fantasy. Okay, so the eternal fight against fighting starts now. Okay. You have certain preconceptions. They're incorrect. Superpowered. Here that word has a specific technical definition, namely, any individual with the destructive capability of the nuclear arsenal of the USA. There are 6 such people on Earth. The planet's survival relies on them never coming into conflict. Come dance to the ticking of the doomsday clock with Kieran Gillen, the wicked and the divine, and Casper Weingart. Okay. And the homesick pilots, too. Casper Weingart. Or Wingard, perhaps it is. Perhaps you say Wingard.
That was a book I never read, but I was always kind of interested in. Homesick Pilots.
It was pretty good, actually. Stephanie Hans, Stephanie Hans variant. Good stuff. Yeah. I don't know. This might be a game day decision, depending on how busy this week is. Next week is, I should say. All right.
Man, these gun hunting covers are crazy.
Oh, man. Talk about your TNA.
Yeah, it's like for people who never discovered free internet porn.
It's softcore. It's for the Baywatch crowd, don't you know? You don't want your porn. You want your she's almost naked porn. Oh, some of the gun hunting covers are actually NSFW. So,
I mean, there is something about that. She's the almost naked. Like the underboob on this cover is pretty nice. I do like that. Sorry. Okay, go ahead.
That's okay. I know you're lost in thought. The Vicious Circle, a Vicious Circle, I should say, recently was in the top 20 of our favorite app of the Key Collector. And number 3 is just now coming out, whereas number 1 and 2 came out like, a year, 2 years ago to a year ago. Number 1.
If you click that series right there, it'll tell you. And the last issue came out July 19th of last year.
Well, there you go. July 19th of last year, and the first one of December of 2022. So that's the one I have. I got to get the second one, and then this one. So I'm a ways behind here.
So why is I remember passing on this book. Why is it hot? Because I remember seeing it in Key Collector, but I don't remember why. Was it optioned or something? Obviously,
I want to say it was optioned. Yeah, but it's a good story. I finally got to read the story after I saw it was out. Hey, I have that book somewhere. Let me dig it up and read it. And
you gotta love that
travel book. Yeah,
gotta love that Lee Bermejo art. That looks nice.
And Bermejo does it. Maybe that's why it took so long, because he's such an intense artist that it probably took that long with his other work to finish all that full length artwork.
I believe
it is. Yeah. So yeah, this is good stuff here. Check this out. Good stuff. All right. Well, Batman Scooby-Doo Mysteries rolls on, number 8. Cruel. Oh, goodbye, Cruel Universe. This is another EC book. I haven't got my first EC books yet because I'm waiting for them to come from my comic shop.
So Oni Press is the new EC?
You got it. I think they bought the rights.
Oh, yeah. Oni Press, EC Comics. Nice.
Mm-hmm. Unlike PSA and CGC.
I love the cover, man. That's a nice cover.
Nice. That's good stuff, man. They captured the artwork. I'm not sure if the writing will be up to snuff because,
I'm willing to give it a try.
I think so. They got some good people. Chris Condon from that Texas Blood. Great series. Let's see, what else have they got in there? Matt Kent is in there? Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yo. Yeah. There's a lot of good stuff in here. And Caitlin Yardley is doing art. Yeah, so
one of these books got to hit, man.
It's got to. They got a whole bunch of them here. It's all open orders too.
One of these horror books. I haven't read the first issue of this one yet.
Yeah, me either. I got like about 3 coming.
Oh wait, this is the first issue. Never mind. This is just a completely different book.
It looks just like the whole series is capturing that whole ET look. And they're all, got that style. Let's take a look at these gun honey TNA covers that you keep talking about here, real quick.
I like Warren Lau, or however you say his name. This cover's not quite working for me, but I do like him, the artist of this.
They have lots of cosplay covers, it seems.
That's not cosplay, though.
That's a cosplay. That's not a real woman there?
No,
AI.
No, that's Warren's style. He has a very realistic style. He's got a number of covers that I really, really loved. But no, that's not cosplay. That's how his stuff looks, man.
Wow, that looks so real. I mean, it's so real, like unlike this, which is clearly a cartoon fake lady.
Yeah, I was looking at this one, and it was kind of weird. The proportions are kind of weird on it, or like her foot is kind of weird. It's like a lot of weird things going on.
There are people who fantasize about having sex with cartoon ladies, so this is for them. So
I'm not going to judge them because I watched Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
I know. I'm not here to piss on anybody's kink. Okay, so
and to this day, I still want Jessica Rabbit. That woman was so fine. I don't care that she was drawn. It doesn't matter.
Okay, get ready to shield your eyes, little ones. So this was another caboose.
That ass, though. Butts.
You know it. This is Great Wall of Comics, David Diaz, without the top. Ooh, I'll take it over the top.
Ooh. That is a nice ass.
Yes, it is. All right, everything they got to like blur out everything here. It seems, except for the Captain America.
That third cover is some nice underboob though. You got to give it that, right? That cosplay.
This is a cosplay. This is an actual woman.
Those are
cosplay
nice
right here.
Those are nice.
Just
touch.
Very close to a wardrobe malfunction, but not quite. Yeah. So
she's pretty, man.
She's pretty though. Yes, we know. All right, so Ranger Captain, moving on down the list. All right, so looks like.
Sorry, Brother John. We'll put a warning on the video for the replay.
Oh God, I know. Sorry. Yes, sir.
Right. Lord.
Lord have mercy. All right, so what else we got? Barbaric, I haven't read a single one of these yet. I'm so behind on this series. Barbaric also optioned.
They're confusing me with all these reboots too. Like it's starting there. This is like the 5th or 6th one, and it's starting to get confusing to me. Like, just give me a running series.
Yeah, I know.
It is option. I have 2 copies of the A cover and the B cover for the first volume.
Oh wow!
And they're going. The A cover is going for $50 plus on eBay.
50? It's up to 50 already?
I thought about selling, but I was like, no. Ooh. I actually believe in that book. I think that book is going to go higher. But so I decided to hold on to mine.
Wow!
I did sell my grommets number 1 and 10 for like 60 something bucks.
That's a good deal. You got another one anyway, so yeah, that's a no-brainer.
I do have another one. I don't know where it is right now, though. I need to find it.
Uh-oh. You gave it away already. Oops. All right, so I'm going to get this 266 Uncanny X-Men reprint here. My brain I don't have the book. So if I do buy the key someday, then I'll have the book. I'm going to have to read that book. So yeah.
Eventually, I'm going to take a lot of those facsimiles and I'm going to slab them and treat them like they're not facsimiles.
That's not a bad thing to do for $25. You can get like a nice wall piece.
Yeah,
you will. Yeah. Free Agents number 2. I did not review Free Agents, but I thought it was okay. It's just these people are super powered and they're put into another universe and blah blah blah. But it was not bad. It was good art and fair story. Decent story.
Yeah, stapled Barbaric versus Deathstalker has a great Virgin cover with that red on it, and he's looking at the axe. I had to buy a couple of those from Tefal.
Really?
That's on FOC this week though, so we got to wait.
Oh, is it this week? Oh, okay. So I didn't miss it. It's not too late.
Either this week or I think it was on last week, but then it got extended to this week again, so it was still there this week.
Oh, yes. It's only
Do people still do that? Do you ever see kids doing that?
patty cake,
Where,
baker's man.
yeah, where you hold each other's hands and do that, and you got to do it in the right routine. Like I remember practicing one of those with my sister, and we just practice it until we could get it right because you want to be able to do it fast. So your timing and everything's got to be right. But you don't really see that anymore. Say, my playmate, come out and play with me. You guys remember that? Okay.
Not since the golden age. I mean, I think a kid now would be mocked into tears if they did something like that in front of anybody else.
Yeah.
Prodigy, Slaves on Mars. Don't know what that's about.
I thought that might be the penultimate, but nope, it's not.
It's a good.
Mark,
it's a good one. It looks like a
part
good
of the Millerverse. He's moved over to Dark Horse now. No more Image.
No more, really? Is he done with Image?
He moved all his stuff to Dark Horse. All the Millerverse stuff is on Dark Horse now. What's the one that came out last week? I forget. There's another one that just came out.
Nemesis?
Yeah, it was Nemesis.
Yeah. Wow. Look at that. All right. Was there
that was on Dark
Horse?
No, Dark Horse probably just gave him more money, I'm assuming.
Well, I guess Dark Horse got all that T-Fall money. So yeah. Maybe so. All right, Slaves on Mars. Right on. Being a fan of Miller's writing style, then I might buy this. Okay.
Soon to be adapted on Netflix. So this one is option 2 then.
Mm-hmm. I think he is a standing order for options, Mark, because all the stuff in this universe are just soon to be option. If not option yet, they're gonna be option real soon.
I found the volume 1, number 1 cheap, so hopefully that does go through the moon. I'll sell that quickly.
Now, Cowl 1964. It was a previous Cowl series. I think that took place, maybe in the early 20th century. This is maybe a progression of that series. I didn't read the first one, but if y'all did read the first one, you might want to pick that one up. One Piece. We have a cover for One Piece. They're going to have you a 2-piece with fries and coleslaw. All right, Red Before Black. Red Before Black. I think I pre-ordered that one at FOC.
What is it?
Well, let me share the tab.
Clearly not the penultimate book.
Clearly not the penultimate book. We're getting there, though. Because times are against us. Times against
Stephanie
us.
Phillips.
Introducing the most unpredictable outlaw couple since Harley and Ivy. Red Before Black is a violent, hyperkinetic, woman-led crime thriller reminiscent of 2000 eras from superstar writer Stephanie Phillips, Graham Harley Quinn, and acclaimed artist Goran Suduka, Hellblazer, Why the Last Man. Perfect for fans of Birds of Prey and Killing Eve. Oh, Killing Eve is good. Both Jen and I watched that. We haven't seen the last season yet, though. That's a crazy show. On a special assignment from the FBI, disgraced Army veteran Val is sent to Florida to hunt down an infamous drug runner named Leo. But she soon finds that they have an unexpected enemy in common, turning the game of cat and mouse into something else entirely. Oh, yeah.
Is the big enemy a huge snake?
I
What's
guess,
that snake doing on the cover?
Red and black is, I guess, something to do with a coral snake. You can tell a coral snake from a fake coral snake is like, I guess, red and black. Red Before Black is how you know. It's like you have time before he bites your ass and kills you dead. Like, let me see, Red Before Black or Black Before I see a snake like that, I am running like the mofo.
Yeah, they can have wherever that is. They just live there, and that's theirs. And I don't need to go there.
Yeah, wherever a coral snake is or a cobra snake is, long come here, man, I'm straight.
That's a KTC cover right there?
Really?
No. I mean, I'm just saying
one?
It kind of looked like one. No, top right.
Top right. Oh, I think the character has a. Holy crap! It is. It is. This is.
What is this about?
Tony Fazula, Erica Slaughter variant.
Is she in this world somehow?
Well, it's a Boom product, so maybe they're working. Hey, she's in.
See, now I'm gonna have to go buy this stupid book.
No, she's not. It's probably good, man. It's probably.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't call it stupid.
Stephanie Phillips is writing it. There's a reflection of somebody in their underwear standing in the. That's just crazy looking. Man.
Seriously, why do they? They're starting to sell books to idiots like me. Is what this is. That's all.
That's what it is. It looks great though. Now I gotta get this copy. This is a 1 in 25, right? No, just a variant. Maybe it's an open order variant.
They're gonna start. If they were smart, they'd offer a Erica variant on every book. Be like, here, you idiots. Buy one of every book, you dumbasses.
If there's enough people out there like you, they totally would do that. Believe me. Monster High, the new Scaremaster. See what you did there. That's an IDW joint. Jack, are you buying this? Let's take a quick look. Let's see. Monster High. New Scaremaster. That's Jackie I. Ooh,
what's up, Jackie? What's up, girl? Hold on. Let me go see that.
Hey, look at me. All right.
You look at the book. I'll look at the author. Make sure she's good.
Yeah. So check out my book, y'all. Okay. All right. It's IDW. They put out some good stuff. I have not read this series before, and I just want to jump in the middle of the series. But it looks interesting.
Damn, baby.
Ariel Jubileus. Yes, combining two of my favorite things, Monster High in comics, says someone there. All right. Yay, successfully added cover B, first try. Okay. Let's take place at the same universe. Okay. All right. All right. Let me know what you think about there, horror fans. By horror fans, I mean Jack. All right.
I'm gonna buy this book just because I think she's pretty.
She's pretty.
She should be supported.
Yes, she should be supported. Yes. Ultimate Spider-Man, another printing of that. Let's see. And I will believe that Cal Exit #1, Battle of the Universal City, will be out when I see it on the racks, because it's been coming out for like a year now.
You remember a picture of everything else?
I do, man. I cry a little bit every time you mention the name. Yeah, yeah. I do. I do mention. I do.
Somebody said something happened with the artist on that book, which is why it's been delayed 3 years.
Oh, really? Like personal life shit going on?
I didn't get the details, yeah, but it's that book. It's been 3 years, man.
Oh my God, 3 long.
We've been waiting for the next issue of that. Was it 4 that they're on, or I think it's 4.
It seems like it. It seems like, yeah, and they left it kind of at a pivotal point in the story. Like, okay, it's getting good now. And
I was into that book, yeah.
Nothing. There has to be more to it. There has to be more to it. There has to be. There must be something happened that they couldn't get it published. All right, the last couple of Police Comics, the first appearance of Plastic Man. I pre-ordered this because I don't have the, I don't know much about Plastic Man. I don't know much about his origin. So, what the hell? It's only a $4 book. And also Quality Comics. You think doesn't DC own Plastic Man? Maybe not anymore. I don't know. Santos Sisters.
There they are.
Yeah, Santos Sisters #7. Man, love these Santos Sisters. Anytime that there is a thing with Santos Sisters, I am all about it. So, it has finally arrived at magic time, folks, boys and girls, for the penultimate book before Marcus gets a chance to guess it. So he's getting on my tail now about this guessing stuff. So. And now it is time for the penultimate book. And this week, that book, if I can share the screen here properly, if I can share the screen, there we go, is called The Pedestrian. And I do have a trailer. God bless the folks who made this book, because they made a trailer for it also. And I can crank it out right now. And here it goes. Something like this. Swear to God.
You sure about that?
I think so. I think. Here we go.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
that was crazy indie.
Yes. Yes. Flathead. But when you
Smoke weed every day.
that's not a problem. So there you go. Yes. Yeah. So there you go. You will believe a man can walk. I love that. I love that. That
Yeah, what's the
those
secret
remember-
history of street signs? What the hell?
I think that "Don't Walk" guy might be a bad guy. You know, he's got the "Don't Walk" sign on his face and everything. So, yeah, you gotta want to watch out for him. All right, so the pedestrian, you might say, behold, the vision. No, I'm sorry, the pedestrian. A strange visitor of speed walks into Summer City and silently changes the lives of its residents. But not all is quiet in this sleepy, small town. An ancient conflict linked to the secret history of street signs is brewing. Don't walk, run! And the pedestrian, just as always, has the right of way. Writer Joey Esposito, Batman, Urban Legends, reunites with pawn shop collaborator artist Sean Von Gorman, Batman Beyond, for an offbeat tale that will stick with you. Well, all right then. I mean, you know, I'm here for it, buddy. I'm just I'm here for it. This guy says, "Hey, friends, the writer pedestrian here. Thanks for spreading the word about this book. We're really excited about it. Tell your friends." I will. I did. All right. So this sounds wonderfully wacky. Oh, I think the indie crowd would be down with this. I like this Dean Haspel cover. I think I may have pre-ordered this one as well. I know I pre-ordered the A cover. Maybe this one too.
There's already a spoiler review up for this book.
Crazy, huh?
He posted it in, yeah. He's only got 31 views, guys. So give him a view. I'm gonna sub to him.
This is a Mike Allred cover. So if you get Mike Allred view on your cover, you got a little something behind your joint there, you know. So I'm thinking there might be something something in the guts to this. Well, awesome, Sled. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, good luck
my job
finding
is
it
done.
though. I don't think it'll be easy to find.
Well, I don't know. Well, maybe, but it's on Diamond. I mean,
Nah,
Diamond
my
has it,
shop's not gonna have it. I guarantee you that.
possibly not. But it looks very quirky, and it's just right in my wheelhouse.
I don't really know why, but I'm strangely interested.
I know it's something about it. You know, it's just like
it's just
weird. Gotta be something to this. But there's something to this guy slowly walking through our lives.
Speed walking, it seems.
Speed walking through our lives, stopping at every stoplight just to make sure he doesn't jaywalk. Yeah, there you go. I'm sure they can order it. Yeah, get this book for me now. Do it now. Do it yesterday. All right. So there you go. That's our penultimate book for the week, and not a slim pickings week at all. So. I think I ordered 2 copies of this Betty and Me number 16, and I'm just gonna, this is the famous cover where Archie says I had to beat off 3 other guys to get you. This is that you can't tell me that the writers of Archie were not like nudging themselves when they were making this cover back in this this very puritanical time, the 1960s. That's awesome. I just have to, because that's a hard to find book right now, and if you find it in good shape, it's going to be expensive. What else? Cross Country looks decent, but it's coming from Scout. I respect all the Scout talent that they have. I heard some bad things about Scout, their talent, so I'm just kind of like it's kind of mad.
I know Jonathan Hendricks is not a fan. He used to write for him.
Yeah, I can believe that.
He wrote The Recount, in fact.
Oh, really? Okay, good book. It's a good book. All right, the last book we'll take a look at is The Dusk. I tell you, The Dusk. This may have been solicited before. Nonstop world premiere issue #1, followed by the complete trade paperback. Blackstone, but it was probably Kickstarted or something like that, and they're re-releasing it now. Blackstone, a city whose history dates back to the earliest days of our nation. Below its abandoned skyscrapers and crumbling colonial architecture, beneath the buzzing lights and ragged billboards, the metropolis is propped up by corruption and fear. Blackstone public defender Jaime Nunez, former baseball hero, now a divorced dad, is always trying to do his best, but the criminal justice system is not without limits. When Jaime comes into unexpected fortune and some surprising superheroic tools, he discovers there might be another, more direct way to do some actual good in the world. But can the masked man known only as the Dusk push back against decades of the entrenched corruption without compromising his commitment to social justice and being an SJW, by the way? Yes, so it looks kind of nice with this. It's very Art Deco cover. Yeah, I like that a lot. And it is a Scout joint, but what are you going to do? I mean, I'm going to promote this man's work because of him, not because of the people that run the operation. And this cover, this artist here, David Hahn, has done, God, I can't remember the name of this character in the background here, but she has her own series. I forget what she's called. And I like the way that he designed that character. So he's in the same universe as the Dusk. Gives me kind of a Batman Beyond kind of a feel. Looks good.
It looks interesting, yeah.
Yeah. So, on that note, folks, and that concludes our show for the day, for this week. Thank you all for stopping by, and please tip your waitresses on the way out, and take care of us as well if you want to. So, we wrapped up pretty close, a little bit over, but not too far. We had a guest and did some things, and that is too bad about that, Sled. It had me some, but like I said, it's not a reflection on the talent. Sometimes people, just do bad things to other people, and that sucks. But I'm still rooting for the people who are putting out those books to sell those books, and despite whatever they're going through at that publication house. there you go. What are you looking at? Are you gambling again?
No.
You looking at
No.
porn?
How dare you accuse me of such things? Great show. Good times tonight. Shout out to all the homies that came through. Shout out to Max for spending some time with us talking about his Kickstarter. Looking
Check it
forward
out.
to getting that one. Hopefully
That's
the
right.
shipping from Australia doesn't hurt me too bad.
Got across the big pond from down under.
I went for the physical copy, so I don't know.
Oh yeah. Oh, that shipping is no joke. Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna get me.
The shipping costs way more than the product itself, but hey, you know, what are you gonna do? It is what it is. So yeah, check out Max's book down below. There's a link in the description and in the chat. Check him out on K-Pop Show, which is going to be coming up. I want to see, I think she said Friday and Saturday, or Friday or Saturday. But just go to her channel. You find out where he's going to be on there. And hey, that's it. That's all we got. Thanks to everyone who stopped by. Thanks to folks who watch in the chat. I wanted to shout you out at the beginning of this time. Make that a habit. And that's all. That's it. So until next week, I guess we're going to bow out the same way we normally do. How old Circum? What do you got going on, man? I always forget to ask this.
Hey, check out FOC and Chill last night. It's my most viewed live show so far in the time that I've been on, and I really enjoyed the conversation, pulling clips from it. So I think you might too. It was an intelligent conversation about the comic book drama. I thought Legion made some great points. Cliff made some great points. So check it out if you're looking for something to listen to. I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, I thought y'all did a great job with the subject matter without directing any traffic to that guy's site. I would not watch any of his videos ever in life. That's what he's doing. But, whatever. All right, so that said, next week, stay cool, stay fresh, and be nice to each other. And we'll see you guys next week. Peace and love. Peace and love.
Peace.
Denver! City by the Bay! John Denver!
Is a fire really necessary?
Ask them.